Blue sirens cut through the darkness. A prison gate slams shut. Somewhere behind those walls are women whose names have become synonymous with evil. They weren't driven by survival. They planned, deceived, and killed, sometimes for power, sometimes for pleasure, and sometimes for no reason at all. These are the top 10 most evil women killers in prison. Each one reminds us that evil has no gender and no conscience. Number 10, Aileen Wuornos, the Highway Hunter. Florida, 1989. Bodies began turning up along the highways, middle-aged men, each shot multiple times. Police traced every victim back to one woman, Aileen Wuornos, a sex worker who claimed the killings were in self-defense. But her pattern, robbery, rage, and cold repetition, told a darker story. In 1991, she was arrested and confessed to 7 murders. Her last words before execution? "I'll be back." To this day, psychologists study her as one of the rare examples of a female serial killer motivated by anger, not insanity. The highways of Florida never felt the same again. Number 9, Rosemary West, the House of Horrors. Gloucester, England. Behind 25 Cromwell Street lay a nightmare hidden for decades. Rosemary West and her husband Fred lured young women, including their own daughter, into their home. What happened inside those walls was unspeakable. When police began digging, they found the remains of 9 victims. Fred took his own life in jail, leaving Rosemary to face the trial alone. She was sentenced to life without parole, one of only 2 women in the UK to ever receive that sentence. Her cell remains isolated. Her name, synonymous with evil. Number 8, Jodi Arias, the Fatal Obsession. Arizona, 2008. A handsome young man, Travis Alexander, was found dead in his shower. At first, Jodi Arias denied knowing what happened. Then she said it was self-defense. Then, she said masked intruders did it. Evidence told a different story. Photos from the crime scene showed Arias minutes before and after the killing. The jury found her guilty of first-degree murder. What made this case infamous wasn't just the brutality, it was her cold calmness in court, smiling, sketching, and lying under oath. She remains behind bars in Arizona, still unrepentant. Number 7, Joanna Dennehy, the Psychopath Who Smiled. Peterborough, England, 2013. Within 10 days, Joanna Dennehy stabbed 3 men to death, for fun. She laughed during her arrest, flirted with officers, and later told psychiatrists she was bored. No motive. No remorse. Just chaos. She was sentenced to life without parole, only the 3rd woman in British history to receive it. Psychiatrists call her a textbook psychopath. She calls herself just someone who doesn't care. Number 6, Diane Downs, the mother who shot her children. Oregon, 1983. A car sped into the emergency room parking lot, a mother screaming that her children had been shot by a carjacker. But soon, the story fell apart. Ballistic evidence proved the gun was hers. Witnesses said she'd driven slowly, not frantically, to the hospital. Her motive? She wanted freedom from motherhood to be with a man who didn't want kids. One child survived, and later testified against her. Diane Downs is still serving life in prison, her parole denied repeatedly. Her story remains one of maternal betrayal that chills to the core. Number 5, Susan Smith, The Drowning Deception. South Carolina, 1994. For 9 days, America searched for 2 missing boys. Their mother, Susan Smith, sobbed on national television, claiming a black man had hijacked her car with the children inside. 9 days later, police discovered the truth. Susan had rolled her car into a lake, her sons still strapped in their car seats. Her motive? Rejection from a lover who didn't want kids. She is serving life imprisonment. Her televised plea remains one of the most haunting lies in American crime history. Number 4, Gypsy Rose Blanchard and D.D. Blanchard, The Twisted Case of Control. Missouri, 2015. For years, everyone believed Gypsy Rose was a sick, wheelchair-bound child. Her mother, D.D. Blanchard, was praised as a devoted caregiver. But the truth, D.D. had fabricated every illness, a severe case of Munchausen by proxy. When Gypsy discovered the truth, she conspired with her online boyfriend to kill her mother. The murder shocked the world, not for its violence, but for the psychological horror that preceded it. Gypsy served her sentence and was released in 2023, a free woman with a past no one can erase. Number 3, Karla Homolka, The Deadly Partner. Canada, early 1990s. She and her boyfriend, Paul Bernardo, became known as the Ken and Barbie Killers. Together, they abducted and murdered teenage girls, including Karla's own sister. Karla struck a plea deal, testifying against Paul for a lighter sentence. Only after her release did evidence reveal she was far more involved than she claimed. Today, she lives quietly under another name, her freedom a permanent controversy in Canadian law. Number 2, Myra Hindley, The Moors Murderer. England, 1960s. With her lover, Ian Brady, Myra Hindley lured and killed 5 children, burying them on the desolate Saddleworth Moors. Decades later, she became the face of pure evil. Her mugshot, cold and emotionless, defined an era. While she died in prison in 2002, her crimes still haunt the British psyche. Her story reminds us, sometimes, evil wears an ordinary face. Number 1, Nanny Doss, The Giggling Granny. America, 1920s, 1950s. They called her the Giggling Granny. She killed 4 husbands, 2 children, her sister, her mother, and a grandson, all with poison, all while smiling. Her motive? Insurance money, and romance stories that taught her love should always end happily ever after. Except hers always ended in death. When she finally confessed, she laughed as detectives read the list of her victims. She died in prison, her laughter echoing in every file. A cheerful smile, masking a heart colder than arsenic. Behind prison bars, these women live out their lives, silent, infamous, forgotten by some, studied by others. Their stories force us to confront a terrifying truth. Evil isn't always male. Sometimes, it wears perfume, smiles sweetly, and says, "I love you," before it kills. If this story chilled you, share which case shocked you most, and subscribe for more real-life mysteries where evil hides in plain sight.